Hello everyone, good to see you again. Welcome to this e4e.com channel. And in this video, I would like to share about one more topics. It's about not really a topic, it's about how I perform my duties or I perform my job as the energy management system consultant, especially on how exactly I deliver my service, okay, to get a company certified with ISO 50001. Okay, ISO 50001 for energy management system. Actually, it's no secret on how the process will take place. Because there are plenty of energy management system consultant out there, who can help any company, okay, to get certified for ISO 50001. What I like to share today, basically, how is my approach? Okay, that have been used since 2013 when I started my consultancy service as an energy system consultant, in particular in helping companies to get certified for ISO 2001. Not just to get certified, a part of helping my client to get certified with ISO 2001, I'm also helping companies on how they can adopt the management system based on ISO. So my ultimate goal is not exactly only for certification. For me, certification is the option where the company wanted to get recognized or for them to meet their own requirement, market requirement, for example. Because for me as the consultant, as energy management system consultant, my task basically is not so much, not really, my ultimate goal is not just about getting the company certified with ISO 2001. Okay, my approach is always, I would like to encourage them, I would like to promote to them that adopt the system based on ISO 50001. Why is that? Because for me, okay, if you adopt the system, okay, naturally, okay, and if your system works, naturally, you will get the benefits. You will get the energy cost saving in particular. Not just that, and other cost saving as well resulted from the energy cost saving. So how I do it? Okay, therefore, I never see myself as the energy ISO certification consultant. I see myself as energy management system consultant who use energy, ISO 50001 as the reference on how to adopt or on how to have the systematic approach in managing your energy resource. So how do I do it? Okay, the first step, normally even before I'm engaged, before anyone engage me, all right? What I do, okay, normally I request to the contact person for me to present to the top management, okay, my service proposal. And then normally in that presentation, normally I don't really talk about so much on my service. I talk to the balance between my service, okay, and also what are the benefits if they adopt the system. If they adopt ISO 50001, for example, I highlighted to them the benefits, and then even I showed to them some examples. So if they decided to go to this, they are making the right decision just to reinforce the commitment. If they are in between, they now become more certain. And then only after that, I talk about the energy, my service. What will be all about my approach and how exactly I'll do the jobs. Okay, normally for me, if they want to engage me as a consultant for ISO 50001 certification purpose, okay, it won't be short because normally based on my experience, if they want to get it fast, okay, fast track it within a few months, normally I say, no, I cannot do that. Okay, a few months, less than 5 months, I cannot do that. Because it's impossible for me to get my service delivered in 5 months, for example, because my approach is always, I'm building the capacity of the personnel. I'm not preparing, I'm not setting up the system for them. They will develop the system themselves. They will develop the system themselves. Means that I just guide them. Of course, I have to let them know what the ISO 50001 all about, okay, and all the key elements. I'm not the type of consultant, okay, who can just ask information and then from them. So I'm the one that help them to develop that. Okay, for example, based on my experience also in technical knowledge as well, in technical experience as well, in energy efficiency, I also can advise them, not just in terms of system development, Also, I can also advise them on how exactly they can improve the energy performance. Okay, so that's my approach. The first step, okay, from before even they engage me, I explain to them the benefit of the adopting the system based on ISO 50001. And then once they engage me, what will be my first step? A part of my early stage of my approach. Okay, the first normally for me, based on my experience so far, I need at least between 8 to 14 months to assist them, to help them to develop and implement the so-called sustainable energy management system for the facility based on the ISO 50001. Okay, and then what will be the first step in my service delivery? Okay, the first step that I'll do normally, I will request for the management briefing, top management briefing, where I can explain to them the whole process and what they can expect from that the system when they adopted the system, when they have the system in place. Okay, of course, all the timelines for them until they get certified. That's the first thing. Normally, I have to spend from 20 minutes to half an hour, or even up to 45 minutes for certain clients, so that they know, okay, my presence there, not just to get the document ready. It's all about with them from the start. So that's why the first step is the management awareness briefing. After that, often, okay, followed by the 2 days energy management system training, 2 days training and workshop. Okay, in this training, not just a training, it's 2 days training. Normally, the participant come from the energy management committee members. If they don't have the committee members then yet, okay, I will advise, the contact person, the key person, who they're supposed to invite in that training. Normally, they will involve not just the technical personnel, not just facilities, not just production, not just maintenance. Okay, they also cover all the stakeholders that I will suggest to them supposed to be in the committee. They must have representative in the training. Because in this training, normally, what I'll do, the 2 days training is a training and workshop where I will request for them to bring all the energy related data and information that has been done. Or they have got the data information. I give some guidelines, what data and information they're supposed to bring to the trainings. And then a part of the lecture in the training, what I'll do, I'll also make sure the training will become the starting point of the system development, Then they process the data, all right, and then they start to use the data, and then from there, after the training, they'll take it from there. They start. I'll give them a template on how they will develop the system, okay, and how they will implement the system and how they can sustain the system. It's one simple template. So they will use the template during the training. Okay, in the training also, why I say the training is a start for them, because the training will be 2 days where I give some lecture and also helping them, to start to develop the system. For example, I help in the training, I guide them. One, I told what the topic, and then I show exactly to them how to do it. For example, if they don't have the policy yet, I will help them. They will conduct a workshop. They draft the policy. Therefore, among the output of the 2 days training, basically, maybe the draft of policy, the draft of the committee member organization chart, okay, with the all role and mostly defined properly. And then when they process the data, they can even conduct the first stage of the energy review process based on the ISO requirement. You have to look at ISO 50001 to understand what's energy review all about. Okay, and then a part of that, also from the 2 days training itself, even sometimes they manage to establish the energy performance indicator. Okay, they understand the past and present energy consumption based on the data they process themselves, and they establish the baseline. Okay, then even do some kind of forecasting during the training on their estimated energy consumption from the training, 2 days training. Therefore, after the 2 days training, they can bring whatever they have started in the training, in the template that I prepared, they can start from there. Okay, through the training, a lot of outputs. The output is actually as a part of the system development. It's not just a training. 2 days training normally. They call it user training. Okay, and from there, that's my challenge will start. After the 2 days, okay, this is where I start to spend so much time with them based for each personnel that has been assigned for specific tasks during the 2 days training. Agreed upon. Okay, I start because for example, okay, if they don't know how to establish energy performance indicator, okay, I help them to process data, to help them on how kind of data to be collected and how they can establish the right energy performance indicator. Not just ask them to come give it to me and then, okay, it's a part of the system. No, I'm not that time. Okay, even I help them on how to establish the proper energy performance baseline. And then with my knowledge about my technical know-how and experience in implementing technical projects as well, for example, the energy audit, all right, conducting energy audit, identifying the potential. I will know, sometimes also can advise them. Okay, I will advise them on how, where to look at and how they can identify the potential and how they can improve the energy performance. That will be the whole process. Normally it takes about a few months and I help them to establish the significant energy use, as identifying all the elements, all to meet the standard requirements. So I help them. Okay, I also know just helping them, teach them, guide them exactly to do part by part every clauses in the standard. Okay, the whole idea to make it work, not just documentations. Okay, so until at the end of the day, okay, they complete the action plan, everything. So they become a part of that process. They experience the process themselves, where I'm there to assist and guide them, facilitate them. Okay, that's exactly how is my approach. For me, the whole 8 to 14 months period normally, okay, is about building the capacity internally for each personnel, all right, and then until they can appreciate that. So therefore, normally when they have such, so far what I can see, when they have such kind of process, they don't see, okay, the energy certification become their annual activity only. They can see how important they need to update the data in the template every single month. They need to see the importance of updating the data, all right, every single month whenever they got some kind of changes in the operations. That's how the process will take place. Along the way, a lot of training, a lot of consultancy, a lot of facilitation, a lot of guiding is all that. So I personally spend so much time. So this how is it? Okay, until they're ready, when the system completed, at the same time, I'll help, of course, this is a common requirement. Okay, help them to prepare all the documentation requirement, all the document that required by ISO50001, just like typical any ISO. That one is a must. Because they have to help them to develop the manual, right? The SOPs, and then also the working instruction, even the forms, data collection form and so on, all that for the operational maintenance, operational control and maintenance as well. Another one, the new thing that I can observe now, more and more companies now started to get, to integrate their management system into one simple single documents. That's also one of my expertise with my partner. Okay, where we can help. Okay. Instead of having, let's say they got so many management system, for example, 40,001, 45,001, 9,001, and all that. So instead of having so many separate documents, now the trends, okay, even we can help. I can help them to integrate all the document into one single integrated document. It's the integrated management system documentation, okay, which will be much easier. Okay, because of all ISO document now, the structure is almost common, so we can integrate that as well. So along the way, so towards the end, okay, not towards the end. So subsequently at the end, when their system is ready, the implemented system, okay, I help them throughout the implementation as well, facilitate them as well. They are ready for I will conduct the internal audit training. The unique part of my approach in internal audit training is not just a training again. Okay, it will be 2 days. 2 days internal audit training, of course, with all the participants being selected. Okay. We conduct the training where the training and also conducting the internal audit itself. Okay, so the experience that, okay, the 2 days training, the 2 days is the training and internal audit. So the output of that 2 days training, or sometimes up to 3 days or 2.5 days, okay, they are also conducting the internal audit. They can get all whatever required based on the internal audit requirement of the standard. Basically, they experience the process. Okay, so that's it. That's how the process is taken. But that's why it takes between 8 to 14 months. Cannot be less than 5 months. Impossible. For example, they want to establish the SEU. They need to collect all the data, all the equipment. Normally, based on my experience, that one itself will take about 3 to 4 months alone to get that SEU comprehensive and robust enough for the system. It's important because if they do that right, it's going to use it throughout the system implementation. They can take it from there, can improve from there. Okay, it's not that simple. Okay, for them to understand, along the way, throughout the period as well, normally I conduct also awareness program, okay, from the top management just now at the early stage, and then middle management level, the support staff, awareness level, support staff, operational staff, I talk about general things, common things about how to save energy, even how to save energy at home. So more on the awareness on the system. Okay, and then that's it. And then after the internal audit training, okay, they are ready. Normally they are ready. Normally between the 10 months, they are ready. So they can call anyone for the first stage audit. They can engage any CB, certification body, up to them. It's their choice. They are ready. Okay, they are ready, and then they can they can undergo the first stage audit, and then subsequently second stage audit. Okay, so far, Alhamdulillah, okay, my approach works that way. And so far, I managed to get 11 companies so far certified by ISO50001, and over 40 companies adopted the system. They don't get certified, but they adopt the system and they can see result because they have the system. When they have the system, they have the indicator, they got the baseline, they know how to monitor the performance so that they can see the result. They find the set targets and all that. Okay, even I help them to set the targets. They said how they derive the target and how they can achieve the target and all that. So that's how I deliver my service as an management system consultant based on ISO. That's why I'm not promoting certification. Okay, I'm promoting adoption of the standard, to be used, to develop and implement a system and how you can maintain and improve your system. Subsequently, you'll get the saving. Subsequently, guaranteed. Okay, based on data, my experience, my research, my readings, if you just adopt the system, okay, adopt the system without a big investment or major investment, easily you can save between 5 to 10% from practices. That's why it's good to, because then management system will help make sure everyone can play their role. Okay, of course, you don't have to get everything in the commitment from the top management, all that element must be there as well, part of system requirement. That's why you don't need to get certification. Okay, but somehow, if you are ready, you are completed, your system is complete, why not? After all, certification costs not that much. Okay, so that's it. This I would like to share how I deliver my service as a management consultant, how I use ISO 50001, okay, as a basis, as a reference for companies, okay, to advise companies to help my clients, even prospects, okay, to manage the energy systematically. Subsequently, they'll benefit them in terms of business. Okay, so that with that, I hope if you need more information about this ISO 50001 system and all that, even the training for that, you can just send an email, okay, or comment. All right, send email at the bottom of the screen, and then you can always communicate. Okay, so that's why for me, we adopt the system, and then you can get a benefit. Certification is your option; it's not mandatory unless you have this requirement for your company to get certified because of your market requirement. There are some company because of the market requirement, because of the corporate requirement, and at the HQ at the main office and so on. Okay, with that, okay. So if you feel this is useful, okay, please share, okay, and then subscribe. Don't forget to subscribe so that I can, you get notified whenever I share new videos. That's how the part of my job as a consultant. I do help companies, okay, develop energy management system, okay, and implement the system, even how to sustain the system. Therefore, most of my clients after that normally 8 to 14 months, we develop that good relationship, okay, good relationship, so that we have exchanged a lot. I also learn from them, because from one industry to one industry, there's always something new for me to learn. Even though I delivering almost the same service, but every site, every organization, it has its own challenges and obstacles. I can guarantee you that. Even though sometimes, it's difficult as well. It's not easy to get everyone on the same page. It's not easy. We have to meet different level of people, and I have to communicate differently to each of them. And at the end of the day, they got what they wanted. All right, it's not easy. Always nice. This kind of job, really, I enjoy it because I learn all the time. Okay, we are along the way, we build the good relationship, reputation, and also good friendship as well. Many of them still keep in touch, saying hello, wishes, wishing everyone each other during all the festive season and all that. It's very nice until now. Because sometimes, after a few years, they say, we forgot, can we have a refreshing course? Can we can you help me, all that. So with that, thank you very much. Okay, so I see you again in the next video. Okay, stay safe, stay energy efficient, stay happy, and stay healthy. All right, see you.